In this video, I'm going to teach you how to see if a number is divisible by 2 or any powers of 2, like 2 square or 2 cube or 2 raised to x. Now, almost all of us know this thing, and still just to revise it. Any number that ends with even number is divisible by 2. So basically any even number would be divisible by 2. So for example, if the given number is 14, you can simply look at this units place and say that if unit place is 4, that is unit place is divisible by 2, then this entire number would be divisible by 2. If you are given the number like 1 0 1 6 9 1, without even dividing, you can straightly tell that this number won't be divisible by 2 because the units place is odd digit, and hence the number won't be divisible by 2. But obviously there has to be some logic why this method is working. So let us understand this logic first, and based on this logic we are going to derive the divisibility for 4, 8 and 16 and so on. That is for any 2 raised to x thing. So now for any number to be divisible by 2, it should be a multiple of 2. See, let us take this example again, 14. Now why 14 is divisible by 2? Because it is 7 into 2, so it consists 1 2, and so it would be divisible by 2. And why this won't be divisible by 2 is because when you will write its standard form, that is or its when you will represent it as a multiple of its some prime factors, you won't be able to find 2 in it. Like say suppose 37. Now 37 itself a prime number, so you won't be able to divide it by 2 because obviously 2 won't be its factor. Let us say 33. Its unit place is 3, and this number won't be divisible by 2. Why? Because 3 into 11 is 33. 3 into 11 is 33, and in standard form it really does not have any 2. Now let us think, just ponder over it a bit. Why is divisibility simply is dependent on its unit digit? That is just because suppose this is ones digit, you have a unit digit, tenths, hundreds and whatever. Now all the tenths, all the hundreds and all the thousands would be divisible by 2. That is because suppose the number is 10, we are assuming 0 at the units place, and this place does not exist for now. So 10, it will always have 5, 2 into 5, that is 5 into 10, and it will always have 2. If a number is like 20, it will always have 2 into 2 into 5. If the number is 30, it will always be divisible by 2. That is because 2 into 3 into 5. So it will always have 2. That is because, so what it effectively means that all the tens are divisible by 2. No matter what number you place over here, that part is always going to be divisible by 2. The only indivisible part would be the units place. So that is the reason why this divisibility by 2 heavily depends upon the units place. See, when you write 31, you effectively means it's 30 plus 1. Now this part is obviously going to be divisible by 2. The thing that is not divisible is this one, and hence we always rely upon the units place of a number for divisibility by 2. So that was all about 2. Now let us talk about 4. Let us talk about number 4. That is 2 square is 4. Now the method to know the divisibility by 4 is, for any number, let us say 124, if the last two digits are divisible by 4, then the entire number will be divisible by 4. So here 24, 4 6 are 24, and we get 0 as a reminder. So if this so 24 is divisible by 4, and hence 124 should also be divisible by 4. Let us understand about this 4. So now how will you write it? 100 plus 24. Now all hundreds are always divisible by 4, be it 100, be it 200, be it 300. If a number given is 232, then it will be 200 plus 32. Now 200 is obviously going to be divisible by 4. The only thing that is not going to be divisible is this part. Suppose a number here 32 is divisible by 4, but if a number given is 231, then what? It will be 200 plus 31. So the indivisible part would be this part. All the 200s are divisible by 4. That is why we simply rely on the last two digits in case of 4. Now let us move a step forward. What is the next power of 2? 2 cube, that is 8. Again, suppose a given number is 9653. Again, we will be in doubt how to know. First is simply divide it by 8 and see. Other thing is, see the last 3 digits. Why last 3 digits? Because all the thousands would be divisible by 8. And why all the thousands would be divisible by 8? See the number given is 9000. It is kind of 1000. All the other places are 0. It will obviously have 3 2's in its prime factorization and ... Say simple number 1000. Then we can represent it as a 2 into 500, that is 2 into 2 into 250, that is 2 into 2 into 2 into 5 into 5 into 5, 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8, 8 by the 40, 200 and 1000. So this is the prime factorization. The prime factorization of any of the thousands will contain 3 2, that is 1 8. So it will always have 1 8 in its prime factorization. So all the thousands will always have 1 8 in its prime factorization. So the divisibility for 8 always depends upon the last 3 digits. Now I will take the last case. This test can be applied to any of the powers of 2, but I will conclude this with this last case, that is 2 raised to 4 is 16. The given number is 198756. Now first thing is to divide the number and see if it is divisible. The other way is to check out for last 4 digits. Why last 4 digits? Because all the 10,000s and the higher values would be divisible by 16. Because let us say the number given is 10,000 itself, and 2 into 2 4 into 2 8 into 2 16 and 16, and it will move on. If you want to know the exact prime factorization, we can do it like this: 2 into 5000, 2 into 2500 into 2, 2 into 2, and this 2 zeros would be from 2 into 5 into 2 into 5, and one more 25 would be from 5 into 5. So it will have 1 2, second 2, third 2 and fourth 2, and these 4 will form 116. So all 10,000s will always have 16 in it, and obviously the values that are higher than 10,000s, but like lakhs and millions and billions, will always have 16 as its multiple. But so the divisibility would heavily depend upon last four digits. So if last four digits are divisible by 16, the entire number has to be divisible by 16. And if last four digits are not divisible by 16, the entire number won't be divisible by 16. Further, if you want to know the remainder when this entire digit is divisible by, it's divided by 16, you don't need to need to divide this whole number. Simply divide this last four digits, and whatever remainder you will obtain would be the remainder that you will obtain by dividing the entire number. So that's all about divisibility of all the powers of 2. You can extend this process for 2 raised to 5 or 2 raised to 6 or for any 2 raised to x number where x is some whole number. I don't know if it works for fraction, but it is obviously going to be complicated, and that is not the purpose. We want to simplify things, so x has to be some whole number. I hope you found my tutorial useful, and thanks for watching it.